Hello everyone to Tech Safari and welcome to the Coding Safari Swift for an iOS 12. So today we'll get to know about operators. So first off, let's open our default Xcode project and let's just clear that line there. So operators in Swift particularly are of three types, namely to say first one is going to be an arithmetic operator. The second one is going to be a conditional operator. And the third one is going to be an assigning operator. So let's see what each of these constitute. So in an assigning operator we have the basic mathematical operators such as plus, minus, multiplied by, divide by, plus minus, plus equals to, minus equals to, divide equals to, and many more. It also includes double equals, sorry, as I said, plus equals, minus equals, into equals, divide equals. In conditional operators, if you have done some math, you would get to know about less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, and double equals to, and not equals to. That is an exclamation mark followed by an equal to symbol. And assigning operator is the most easiest operator in Swift, and it only consists of the single equal to sign that we already looked at. We use that when we are defining a variable. So just let's go and define a basic variable. Select my favorite yeah, equals to my favorite number equals to 1. And here I'm setting the value of my favorite number to 1 using this equal to sign as an assigning operator. That is, we are assigning 1 to my favorite number using this equal to sign. And henceforth it is called the assigning operator. Now let's get to know about arithmetic operators. So for that we would need few variables, so let's just define them up here. Let number 1 equals to say some random number. Say number 1 equals to 5 and number 2 equals to some value 2. So let's now create a new variable. I'm going to create it using var and say number 3 equals to number 1 plus number 2, and as it is obvious 2 plus 5 would give a value of 7. Yeah, 2 plus 5 equals 7. So let's just print that and let's run the app. It's going to take some time for the simulator to boot up. So here my app is up and running, and it should print us a value of 7. Yeah, as you can see we have a value of 7 because 5 plus 2 is 7. So that is the plus operator, the minus operator, the multiply operator, the slash operator all work in the same fashion. Now let's get to know this new type of operator, that is the percent symbol, and it's called the modulus operator. And what it does basically, it divides the number 1 upon number 2 and it returns the remainder during this division. So let's just test it out. Let's run the app. Yeah, and it should most probably return a value of 3 because yeah, no, it returned a 1 because 5 divided by 2 leaves remainder 1. So now remaining of the operators also work in the same fashion. The plus equal. So now let's just get to know what is a plus minus operator or something like that. So say I have a particular score. Say my score is some 100. Yeah. And suppose the user is very good at playing games and the user has won the next level. And so for every point I need to give him some and for each level I'm giving him a plus 5. So I need to add this plus 5 to this my score variable. Normally we would do it as my score equals to my score plus 5, but we could just do this in less amount of code just by using my score plus equals to 5. So it'll just take my score, add 5 to it, and this value it's going to again append it to my score. So while coding we always have to be efficient. So this is one way of being efficient, and that would return me a value of 105 because 100 plus 5 will give me 105. So now let's try to run it, and oh yeah, I forgot to give a print statement. It won't print anything. Yeah. Okay, wait, let the app build, then I'm gonna write my print statement. And yeah, let me write my print statement here now. Yeah, print my score. Now we'll wait for the app to run, and it should return a value of 105. As you can see, it returned a 105 value as expected. So minus equals, multiplied equals, divide equals, all these work in the same fashion. Next we'll get to know about the next kind of operators. Yeah, so that is conditional operators. So I believe you only saw a few of these symbols before, that is less than, greater than, and mostly few of you might even had a look at the plus minus equals to operator. So now let's just go through them. Say I want to check if number 1 is greater than number 2, so I could just say print number 1 greater than number 2, and that should return me a value of true because excuse excuse me, number 1 is greater than, that is 5 greater than 2, and as you can see it returned me a value of false. So we could check if this value is less than or equal to or greater than or equals to, like that, all work in the same fashion. Now let's get know what are the double equal to sign does. So double equal to sign is used to denote that we need, if we want to check if number 1 equal to number 2, that is the value of number 1 is equals to the value of number 2. So here it should return me a value of false because number 1 is not equal to number 2. But what if I changed number 1's value? And now let's just run the app, and now most probably it should return me a value of 2 because both the values are the same. And as you can see, it returned me true because 5 equals 5. So that. Next we have the last operator, that is not equals to. Here we're just checking if the value of number 1 is not equals to number 2, and let me just change number 2 value again, and this should return me a value of true because value number 1 is not equals to number 2. Yeah, it returned a true value. So yeah, both values are not equal, so that's why it returned me a value of true. Now let's try uh, let's try what we can also use. There is one more application of an arithmetic operator, that is string concatenation. That is, if you wanted to add another string value at the end of another string, like that, you can understand. So, like, I mean, combining two strings together, like not the value of the string, the string, we're combining two strings or two text values. Say, let's say my first name equals to Manas, and let my last name equals Malla. And now let's print this. So when we want to string concatenate, we just say what we want in the first, that is my first name, and we use the symbol plus here. We could even do that. So we use the symbol plus in the middle to denote that we want these both strings to be added up together or combined together, and we'll just set that value to be let my full name equals to my first name plus my last name. And now let's print this, and I'll just give a space there, or otherwise it won't be no space will be available between these two texts when I print it. Yeah, it would appear like that if I didn't give a space. As you can see, now it has printed Manas space Malla. So we have successfully concatenated text. I could even say my name, my full name is, and I could concatenate text there as well. I don't need to define it as a variable to concatenate strings. I just need to use the plus operator in the middle, and that would concat the text for me. So it would print my full name is Manas Malla. And wait for the app to run. And there we have my full name is Manas Malla. As you can see, I did not give a space there, so there is no space between the two variables or strings. So now again, I'll just run it again. And now it should return me my full name is space Manas space Malla. And yeah, we have successfully concatenated these two strings. So I could go for another example. Say, so now say I want to concatenate a string with another type of variable, say int. So I'll define my int as my lucky number equals to 1. And suppose if I wanted to concatenate it here, then it would not allow me if I say plus, as it could not add a string and an integer. So I could say plus and lucky number plus. This would not work out, as it would take it as a string plus int operation, which is not supported. We cannot add a text and a number. It wouldn't make sense. So we have to change this in order to make it that it's concatenating a string, or it's concatenating with the value of that particular variable. So what we do is we bring this number also in the double quotes, and we put a slash, and in brackets we put the integer that we want. So here in my case it will be and lucky number slash, in brackets I'd say my lucky number, and that would print my full name is Manas Malla and lucky number is 1. As you can see here, it has printed my statement. So that is how we concatenate a string with the number. I could even do it for doubles, floats, booleans, or any other variable type. And here, as you can see, it has printed as it as a double. So that is string concatenation in action. It's going to be very useful. So until the next video, play around with string concatenations and other operations. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.